amount of money that I'm taking for George Soros or whoever it is,
Of course.
this week. But that said, I really appreciate people who operate in good faith. That's all. If I mess up, I can fess up, right? But I can never fess up to something that that somebody keeps moving the goalpost on. But talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get into the real reason that you're here.
I mean, yeah, like the force the vote thing was like just so incredibly entertaining for me, and I'm really happy that you found my content from that entertaining saga. So I just want to say I appreciate that. But yeah, you brought me on here to talk about the protests in Elizabeth City, which is the city that I live in. I always like to tell this story. I did not plan on doxing myself this way, but it just so happens to be the way that it goes. So police murdered someone in my city about 2 months ago, 65 days ago today. And I have been attending the protests every single day since then. I have not taken a single break. And so I've got lots of experience. I would say I know the story pretty well. And I know a lot of details that you won't find in the media, because the media is suppressing so much information, not only on the case of the shooting of Andrew Brown, but on the protest reactions. There's lots of media reports that are constantly saying like, oh, the protests happen semi-daily, or protests happen almost every day. But we've been out here every single day, and I've got the footage to back it up. I've got the personal experience to back it up. So there's a lot of suppression on this story, because we live in a small city in a state that is just run by the KKK, to be honest with you.
Wow.
So it's a little ridiculous. This is the good old boys club over here in full effect.
And I remember this protest when it started. It was all in the news everywhere, and like normal, the mainstream media leaves, and the attention leaves from that particular victim of police violence, and they go to the next one. But the community that has been hit by this police violence stays connected to that issue. Speak about that for me.
Well, yeah. So like the first couple of weeks, day one, we didn't really have any media out there because, it was very spontaneous. We had maybe a couple local news affiliates, but really from day two all the way up until Andrew was buried, we had, CNN, like MSNBC, we had some like Fox, we had all kinds of mainstream media out here. And when they instituted a curfew during the second week of the protesting, when all the riot squadrons came out, they bust in a bunch of outside agitators and spent $500,000 and counting on overtime for these police. They also they quartered them in the local college here that it was empty because of coronavirus restrictions. So they quartered a bunch of, I like to call them military soldiers up here. They bust them in. They had like actual SWAT buses. They had like, I saw some like military tanks. I saw like these RVs. It was like really bizarre. And then Andrew was buried, and then the media left. And they literally left after the funeral. They left, and the funeral was, I think, in the early afternoon. And so we had planned a demonstration for right after the funeral. And so the media left right after the funeral, and we did a demonstration. And then that's when police started arresting a bunch of people. They targeted specifically people with megaphones. They targeted people that were that they perceived as leaders. And then it was not reported on in any capacity. And then, I was there posting the videos, and then a bunch of the media people see my videos and they come back out, the ones that haven't left yet. And, it basically since then, the media has only been coming out when someone on the ground has like a moment that happens. And usually that's me. I'm the only one that is there every single day with a camera. So sometimes I get people from local news. Sometimes I get people from national news coming, saying like, hey, what's going on there? Is it worth coming back? I always tell them, of course, but they don't always listen to me.
I'm thinking about how this cycle plays itself out around the country all the time. And unfortunately, the police continue to give us fresh names and fresh places for the media to go. And then what's left and what remains are the people who have been dedicated to fighting on behalf of the fallen. But then how much they invest into, could you put that last B-roll back up, David? Because I want people to see. And then Andrea, help me to understand if I'm hearing you correctly. You said that there's like an active police presence that remains in there, like almost like a small occupying force almost.
So I would say the first month, the basic timeline is like we had a curfew for 3 days. The local politicians here were like, oh, everyone's bad. They need to go to bed by 8 p.m. And so we had a curfew for 3 days. Like I think it was the start of the second week of protesting. And what that did, they declared a state of emergency when they initiated that curfew. And that gave them the opportunity to bus in. We had forces like police units from counties that are like, we are, for those of you that don't know, Elizabeth City borders, we don't directly border, but we're pretty close to the border of Virginia. We're northeast North Carolina. Okay. We had county police from the border of South Carolina. We had county police from like all the way on the other side, the western side of the state. Like almost every single county in North Carolina had a couple of outside agitators bus in here for some free overtime. And sometimes you see them back in here, but really after like the curfew ended, they rescinded the curfew. They kept a lot of these forces in here. The state troopers were in here lingering for about a month or so. But really at this point, it's just the local police of Elizabeth City and the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department, which is the same department that executed Andrew Brown in a school zone, I should remind everyone. And so now, actually, as of yesterday, Pasquotank County's Sheriff's Department said that they're going to be pulling all of their units from Elizabeth City and basically telling us that we can deal with ourselves. And so Elizabeth City Police has been trying to work with us. And I've got a lot of statements on that, but, you know, I don't know if I have 5 hours to talk about this. But the Elizabeth City Police tries to provide protection, quote unquote. In a lot of situations, they try to quote unquote block off side streets so that vehicle attacks can be prevented. But they've done a very poor job at that. We had a situation, I believe, about a month ago where someone who, when we found their Facebook page, was full of Confederate flags, neo-Nazi iconography. They drove into the crowd, hitting 3 people. And I caught on video, the police officer was blocking the side street, right? This angry person had their hand out there screaming at the protesters, right? It was obviously an altercation brewing. And then the cop got in their car and drove away, letting this angry Confederate neo-Nazi basically just have an open, their car is right in front of our protesters. And so they just drove into the crowd. And then the police officer that pulled out of the way, this is an Elizabeth City police officer. Their name is Parr. And they drove out of the way and then just kind of stood there and watched. They didn't act for at least 60 seconds. We timed the video afterward. They just kind of watched the car go through the crowd. And then the car started to slow down after they mowed through protesters, I think they were assuming that the cop was going to try to get them, but the cop just stared at them and didn't do anything. And then the car started speeding up again and tried to escape. And so when I went up to go question this officer why they didn't do their job, they were out there to do a job. They didn't do it. It would be like if I were working at a grocery store and they asked me to stock the shelves and I were just chilling, sitting on the frickin', the floor, just, scrolling through my phone. And then someone asked me to do my job. And I'm like, I don't really feel like it. And then what this officer says to us, we have to protect them from you. So a car mows through the crowd. And the first thing the officer can think of responding is, we got to protect them from you, as this person is driving away, speeding away. So the Elizabeth City Police Department has not been doing a great job. I've been asking them questions. They've been trying to do these Q&As, and I'm always there asking my questions. Whenever I ask them questions, they leave. They never answer anything I have to say. They have still, to this day, not apologized for letting their officer drive out of the way and let a vehicle hit 3 people. Someone ended up in the hospital after that incident as well.
Andrea, I have to back up because...
We're backing up?
Yeah, because you said this officer said they have to protect that car and the people in that car from the protesters who were subsequently injured because of this type of thinking from those police officers. Did I hear that correctly?
Well, the car hits 2 people, hits a 3rd person, and then drives through while the police officer stands and watches. After the car drives through the 3rd person, or drives around the 3rd person. The 3rd person was on a bicycle. So they got out of the way. The car drove through. And then I saw the cop just standing there in the middle of the road, just watching. So I go up to them with my camera on and I asked them, why aren't you doing your job? Do your job, do your job. And then eventually they say, I am trying to do my job. We got to protect them from you.
Wow. Wow. And again, for context, this is Elizabeth City. These are the continued protests in response to the police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr., who not only does not have justice, but two of the officers involved in the fatal shooting of Andrew Brown are back at work.
Yeah, not only 2 officers, there were 7 sheriff's deputies that were involved. 3 officers, deputies fired their weapons. 1 of them who fired their weapons resigned. 2 of them who fired their weapons are back on the force. And also another thing I want to add in is on Monday, we had a county commissioner meeting, the first county commissioner meeting that was open to the public. After the COVID restrictions were, rescinded, they had a county commissioner meeting, and then they understood that we were planning on going in there to speak our mind. And then they were like, oh, sorry, COVID is still a big deal. So we can't have it. They were all there ready to do a public in-person meeting. And then it's like, oh, wait, the protesters are coming. Sorry, COVID. And then they did it online and wouldn't let us in. So this Monday, past one, they let us in. And we went up there. I recorded the entire meeting. They were discussing a resolution on increasing the salary of the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department.
Wow.
Increasing the salary by, I think I heard 2% for every single deputy. And so the way I see this, we go in there for 45 minutes. Some people are crying, pleading with the county commissioners to not increase the budget. They already have enough money. They don't need any more money. So after about 45 minutes to an hour us, some people again are crying. Some people are being very, very passionate. So no one's threatening anybody. We're all like, I also want to stress that they have been calling us rioters and angry mob. This has been 64 days of nonviolent protests. No one has been injured by a protester. It's only been the other way around. And so as soon as we leave this meeting, they vote unanimously. All of them, every single county commissioner, even the black ones, voted to increase the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department's budget. And so that is just, to me, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And so the way I see it, imagine, right? You kill someone. Here's the timeline. You murder someone unlawfully, and then you get a paid vacation, which is what the murderers got. They got a couple weeks of paid vacation. So, all right, you kill someone. That's cool. You sit on the couch, watch Netflix for a couple weeks. You go back to work. You get a pay raise, and everyone's applauding you. Thanks, Robert Morgan. Thank you for killing that guy. Now I can go get a jacuzzi for my family. Right. And then the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department is saying, all right, we're not even going to bother protecting Elizabeth City anymore. We got what we want. So they're kind of pulling out, and it's just it's a giant disaster.
And David, I know you're pulling something else, but yeah, I want this image to stay in people's minds. These are the people that police officers are responding and sheriff's deputies and the authorities are responding to. There's a person out there in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there who are elderly. There are people out, like the response to and contextualize this, right? Because this is any city USA. Because there are protests that are continuing across this country as a result of police killing of black people that have not stopped. And any city USA, go back to the other B-roll for a second. Any city USA, you have people who are still marching and still protesting. And Andrea, before you get out of here, I want to talk about what compelled you to be out here this many days. But still, to the point of this, I need people to understand that in response to the police killing of black men, women, non-gender conforming individuals, black people, the people have been protesting. And in response to the people protesting that you see here, the police officers are like, you know what? We have to protect these cars, this property, and these white folks from you.
Well, yeah. So one more detail I'd like to also add is that the North Carolina State Legislature is trying to pass a bill that would declare any assembly of more than 3 people to be a riot, and then to give rioters felony convictions. So as you can see by this B-roll, we have people in wheelchairs, we have grandmothers, people in their 70s, people in their 60s, like mothers, people that are very elderly. If you think someone walking with a cane someone walking in a wheelchair is a rioter and you're willing to give them a felony conviction, I've got news for you. You are not in touch with reality. So I want to call out Howard Hunter. He is our local state representative. He is a Democrat. He is a local state representative that signed on and supported this bill to declare grandmothers rioters and give them felony convictions.
Oh,
so,
a Democrat.
Yeah, a Democrat. Yes, I believe there were 20-something Democrats that signed on to this bill, our state representative included. And so why I'm out here every day is because Elizabeth City is a small town. We only have like 20,000 or so residents. And so the way I see it, I've got a podcast. I do a daily show 7 days a week. I know some people out there do daily shows where they only do it 5 days a week. I do an actual daily show. So I've been out here every single day. And I've just been recording. I've been doing a daily recap. So if you want to go see what happened on day 37, I've got a video. If you want to go see what happened on day 12, I've got a video. And I think it's important because police will often try to lie about things, right? They've already been trying to call us rioters, an angry mob, right? They've been trying to call us like insurrectionists, try to do that little spin. And so when I'm out there every single day recording every single moment, and it's clear that that is not happening, it really puts the police in a situation where they're obviously lying. And so that's my main reason to go out there is I just want to be one of I've got a special platform that I don't think anyone else in Elizabeth City has, where I've got a daily podcast. I've got this already set up and I can just integrate that into my routine and it's no problem. And of course, I've been an activist for a while and I obviously support the cause and I want to do anything that I can to help bring this community together in a time of crisis.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. And I'm sorry. That's a generalized term that I use, but
yes.
I look at this and I see the absolute kindest group of people you can imagine. And you're saying that they're being labeled insurrectionists. You're saying that these are the big, bad, scary boogeymen that Fox News is talking about right here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they want you to be terrified of. And what they're protesting on behalf is Andrew Brown in this city. But in almost every city that you have seen a Black person killed, you have seen continued protests nonstop. Andrea, I still don't know if I want to try your last name yet. Rovenski. Could you let them know that we see them and we thank them and we appreciate them for doing what they're doing?
Oh, absolutely. I was trying to get someone else to come on here, but we had such short notice. But if you ever want me to get back on, I will try to bring some other people on for sure. And I've let everyone know that I'm coming on here. Maybe some of them are watching right now. I see you. I would like to provide one more detail just to show like how the sheriff's department treats us. If you wouldn't mind. We have members of the city council that are Black and they've been supportive of our protests. And some of them own businesses. And so shortly, I guess a couple weeks into the protest, sheriff's deputies would every couple of days go to some of their businesses, specifically a funeral home, and start urinating on their private property. Sheriff's deputies were caught on camera just literally peeing all over a funeral home owned by a Black city council member. And it's just that encapsulates how they treat us as a community, how they treat the people in power in Elizabeth City. They just think that they're better than everyone and that we're all just scum.
And why? Well, I mean, I kind of have an answer to it, but when the kindest people, I don't know any of these individuals at all, but I would feel quite at home. I feel quite comfortable there. I feel like I could go up and socially distance, high five somebody from a social distance.
Feel free. You're welcome.
They don't seem like, they don't seem like a tough crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But to see the level of vitriol that is aimed towards them really shows me the game that's being played by this system they're playing for keeps. They're playing for keeps. Because if the kindest people request justice, the fangs come out of these monsters. They're like, justice? What justice? We will roll a tank out on the kindest people that you know.
Absolutely. This is America, folks. It's not good.
This is America. This is America. Tell everyone how they can get up with you and support the work that you're doing. Because you're out there. You're literally out there every single day. How can we support you?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing you can do is just, share my content. I do a daily podcast called Above It All, and I stream it at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'm going to be streaming in about an hour from now. I don't know if y'all still stream at 10 a.m., but if you do, everyone should leave yours. But yeah, I do a daily show at 10 a.m. Eastern every single day, 7 days a week. Again, emphasis on daily. There's a couple people out there that say they do daily shows, and then you show up on Saturday or Sunday and they're nowhere to be found. But
so David, take daily off, like put week daily on the.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, really the biggest thing you can do is just share the content, share the message. If you know anyone that has a big platform that would want to bring me on or bring anyone else in the community on, feel free to send me a message. I try to respond to everything I can. My email is andrea@speed.dog if you want to send me any inquiries. Yeah, that's about it.
Andrea Rovenski.
Close enough.
I thought I did a good job.
Rovenski.
Hey, thanks for coming on. And listen, seriously, thank you for the work that you do. Really means a lot to know that that they're getting coverage down there, even when the mainstream media has left. Thanks to you.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for the invitation, Benjamin Dixon. I hope you have a great day.
Maybe you can help me with my syllables. Help me with we'll with these accents. It's very difficult.
We'll do some training. I got you.
We'll do some training. There we go. All right. Take care. Thanks so much.
You have a good one.
Take care. All right. DJ exclusive.
Rovenski.
I know. I just can't. There's just certain formations that I can't do. Just certain formations of my mouth that I can't do. I had speech therapy since I was well, not since, but when I was a little boy, because just stuff I couldn't say. So
yeah.
Now I want everybody. Now I want everybody to feel bad with me because I'm country as hell. That's all.
Right. Look, Ben, don't worry. It's funny because I had speech therapy as well too when I was younger. Because apparently when I was young, I used to scream for no reason, and I messed up my vocal cords.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So mama told me that, and I was like, oh, dang, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. It's funny how you forget stuff when you were little, but that's a whole another conversation. Let's take a quick break. Rebecca will be joining us momentarily. And so DJ exclusive, it is in your hands, more like it or not, after this.
Yes, sir. Gotcha, sir. All right, y'all. Good morning. Good morning again. While we on this quick break, we are going to get our new patrons read off, y'all. And if you have not already become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/likeitnornot, patreon.com/likeitnornot, and become a member, y'all. Here we go. New patrons for yesterday, Wednesday, June 23rd. We have Esther B. We have Magdalene Moon. Shout out to you. Monique O. What's going on, Monique? Brenda R. Anna H. Good morning, Anna. Our new Twitch subscribers. We have JN Lee 1981, who gifted a subscription to Yaron Gate. Thank you so much, JN Lee. And we have Riches 558, who's resubscribed for 4 months. Awesome. Appreciate you. And they've already been subscribed for 3, so they added another 4. Hey man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, y'all. Like I said, if you want to become a patron, you too can join patreon.com/likeitnornot, patreon.com/likeitnornot, y'all. This way, you can give Rebecca and I freedom from the chains that bind us from the colonizers of this country. We thank you and we love you. All right, y'all, we're going to get into some of this good music. Of course, it's Thursday and we got to play our song because I feel like I haven't played it this week. So here we go. Still Fly.
I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah.
Make sure that you hit the like button on whatever channel you are on. Make sure you hit the like channel on whatever channel you're on, y'all. Streaming on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Wherever you are, man, hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe, y'all. It's Like It or Not. Stay tuned. We got more show coming up, and Rebecca is joining us.
Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna chew you from the inside out.
Industrial Arts, we appreciate your super chat. She says, Andrea sounds amazing. Get 'em, sis.
I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out.
And Shout out to Arrest the Police for your super chat. They say thank you, Andrea, for being out there every dang day. And shout out to Andrea for real. Andrea for real. See, Big can't say the last name. I can't say the first name. Ain't that something?
It's my time to run it out. It's our time. It's our time. It's my time to run it out.
Roller Dragon, it's okay. I appreciate you.
Cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me.
Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Love y'all. Love y'all.
You can see whatever from behind me.
Nat A, good morning. Good morning, Afraid Not. Good morning, y'all.
I know. I'm still fly. I'm still fly. Let's go. It could all be worse. I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Supposed to make the band, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the end.
When I tell y'all this coffee this morning got me wired.
Say it with your chest now. Say it with your chest now. I'm young. I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to
Ooh, Lil B, I'm gonna see if I can work on that.
Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out.
All right, we gonna remix this a little bit, y'all. Y'all ready?
It's my time.
Let's see what we can do right quick. Okay, here we go.
It's your time. Oh, if you're on the bus, say yeah. If you're on the train, say yeah. If you gotta walk, say yeah. Everybody going somewhere. You're the one I really don't care. Life has never really been fair. So put your fist up in the air. Say yeah. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here.
Dimitri OG, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you.
It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take.
I like y'all, man. I love all of y'all. Being over here going crazy in our chat. The chat is going crazy, man. Shout out to y'all people. Y'all make me feel good. I appreciate y'all so much.
It's my time to ride it out. It's your time. Oh.
Okay, sorry is a sorry does. She just wanna cut up in the car, I told her start it up. I don't wanna see it from your eyes unless it's Cartier. Ran into my old chick, she said you ain't playing fair. Playing fair, playing fair. Nah, I ain't playing fair. Playing fair, playing fair. Nah, I ain't playing fair. Asked her why she staying there, she said she don't know. I had to ask some more, but I really had to go and get my bop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she got hot.
Y'all excuse me, I'm just getting my bop on a little bit this morning, all right, y'all?
Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on. Yeah, I get my pop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she got hop on. She know I'm the top.
With the coffee in one hand and nothing in the other.
Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on.
This how I be in the club.
She sit with my hot sauce, she ain't with no knockoff. See them, we gon' pop off. Uber getting dropped off, kicking in the door. We ain't knock on it. Ice on your beat, then you know it got the bop to it. Running up the streams like the stock market. They ain't with no beef, tell them stop talking. Rock a goatee like I'm Hulk Hogan. Put on R&B, then I hit her with the slow stroking. Ooh. Then I told her she could hop on it, bop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she could hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on. Yeah, I get my bop on. Yeah, I get my bop on. If she needs some good, tell her she could hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. Balenci's on the feet, and you know I got the socks on. Yeah. Double B's on me, yeah. Double C's on the dough. Double D's dunking, no. Going nuts for the flow. Tank on E, F it, bro. I'm a G, let him know. Who is he? ISO. Who is he? ISO.
Hey. Tell him I need my money right now.
Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown.
Shout out to everybody who haven't gotten their taxes yet. Tell them I need my money right now, god dang it.
I know my value. I'm gonna recoup it. But don't waste waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my heart.
Brother Bryce, good morning, brother.
Only for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah.
Make sure that if you are not already a member, of Patreon or Patreon, whatever you want to call it, you can go to patreon.com/likeItOrNot, patreon.com/likeItOrNot, and get your Patreon on, y'all. Come on, support Like It or Not Show. Keep this good thing going, and let's make it bigger. Let's get it. Let's go.
Sorry to tell you.
Yes, run me my rupees.
I'm gonna recoup it. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God, that's my witness.
Service, shout out Service, sweetheart. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, sister. Love you so much, man. Service, sweetheart, good morning. Happy birthday to you. Hope you enjoy your day. She says, today is my birthday. I'm going to get into some good trouble. LOL, I will be back on Tuesday. Love y'all. Service, sweetheart, we love you too. Again, happy birthday to you, sister, man. Enjoy your weekend and have fun. That's what I'm talking about. And choking on the shade 61, I keep messing your name up. We appreciate your super chat.
Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup it. Don't waste my.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the show. It is time to come back. More Like It or Not is here now for y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Ben and Rebecca.
Hey. I'm just.
See, I don't like coming at 9, Ben, because I want to do our intro, which is, welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not care if who doesn't like it.
Yeah,
that's.
So we could say, why don't we save that? Because sometimes I'd be okay. So this is the horrible place for us to have this conversation. Let's have that conversation off air. But because like sometimes, well, one, I think you would have loved the interview with Andrea. Because she's hilarious for one.
Yeah.
So this is no reflection on you, Andrea, because I know she'll jump right back in here and say what she got to say. But Rebecca don't be feeling like talking to all the people I be wanting to talk to all the time. And I understand.
No, that's white people. Like, it's not that. No, it's not white people exactly. But there are some conversations that I feel like all journalists have their niche and they have their place. But the conversation, I don't mind having it with with everybody. That's not the issue. But I just love having conversations in this space with people who look like me, and that's not pushing away the people who don't. I'm just saying, you don't see that often on mainstream media, and so for me, the conversations, and I was so used to, when I was a journal, I couldn't really talk to people who look like me. So when I have them and I see them, that's why it's important for me to have those those conversations, because it feels like home. And I was so used to being in the positions in mainstream media where I was always talking to folks who couldn't really understand and relate in that way, and who can give the story that way, even though it is very important to have it with folks who who are on the other side of it, right? And I love that too. But I never had the opportunity like I do today to have those conversations with Black women and Black men in those spaces. So, and you introduced me to a lot of the people who are Black men and women in these spaces, either in activism or in other positions, that are in media. So that's why it's not that I don't want to be there, and it's not that I didn't even want to be there at 8:30. We were just we were just trying out some new things and see whatever. But I don't like coming on at 9. That's just it. I just don't like coming on at 9. I'll be here for the conversations. I'm down for it. But I just love speaking to.
Is Rebecca racist?
The different.
I'm just gonna say, can we just have her come back at 8:30? I mean, I love being and everything, but you
were just trying out something new. We were just like seeing how.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well,
be honest. Y'all know I'm gonna say what I mean and mean what I say. I don't like it.
So I tell you what that. I tell you what that means, Rebecca. You're gonna have to sit through all my boring interviews with all my boring professors. That you be like, you're like, oh God, Ben, yeah.
Rebecca, do what I do. Just say, all right, David, go ahead, take me down.
That's why. Look, David, no offense, but Dwayne knew who Rebecca was in the conversation,
Right.
who Rebecca was gonna vibe with, and who Rebecca wasn't gonna vibe with. He'd be like, "Yeah," but then it took some tweaking with Dwayne because Dwayne would take me down on conversations. I'm like, yo, what's that? But then after that, he started watching me in the background and be like, nah, yeah, Rebecca don't want that one. Nah, Rebecca don't want that one.
Because sometimes I do.
Then it's over like the malevolence of the degree of the structure and the juxtaposition of and they're both talking like that, and I'm like, yeah, it's crazy because the world is messed up right now.
Girl, look, y'all see what I be doing in the background? Got my black and Oh, we coming back? Okay.
Why are we so black? Why are we so black?
I be in the background like I'm old white woman smoking my cigarette.
Hey, catch me on the right month, and there's gonna be some Cavassier right around one of these.
Play with it.
And Rebecca gonna have a glass of wine.
I had a braid appointment.
Oh, yeah, look
you
good.
did. Look
You
at
know how when you call off of work, and I didn't even call off of work yesterday, but you know how when you call off of work and you be like, I'm sick, but then you pull up the next day like, oh, ready for the world. Hey, how are you? And are there any documents that are due? What's up? And they're looking at your head like, girl, like
you're a whole new person.
You were sick yesterday, and now you got braids. So yeah. Great appointment.
I was sick, but my head wasn't. So
thank you for your services. Like, and I still was working 2 jobs yesterday while my hair was getting braided. Had to pay the hair braider's fee to come over to my side of town, and she lives in the middle of Jonesboro.
Ooh, Rebecca.
Yes. But I had to work though. I had to work 2 jobs.
In Jonesboro, let me not speak because I'm not from here. I'm a transplant. So Jonesboro just sound country.
It's not. It's very African American.
Morrow, Georgia. Look, I was in Georgia. Morrow, Georgia.
So when you say Jonesboro, my people. We ain't talking about them make America great again.
Riverdale, Jonesboro, Morrow. African American.
So I can pull up and get some good chicken wings over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about good, but yeah. Probably get carjacked or something too. Let me just stop. I'm just playing.
So who?
My kind of time.
Jesus Chrysler says, Jesus. I think it's Jesus, but the last name gives me Chrysler, so that's probably half white, half Hispanic. Didn't Rebecca grow up in an all-white neighborhood and have all-white friends until last year? So I grew up in an all-white neighborhood that we infiltrated. It's okay. We infiltrated as Haitians, and we infiltrated that whole neighborhood, but we were still never accepted in that neighborhood. So that was something that I grew up with, and like I said, and it wasn't until last year. I'm a whole 31-year-old girl. Woman, excuse me. And so and I had the blessed opportunity to go to an HBCU, right? And before that, my last 2 years of high school, I had the blessed opportunity to have teachers who went to HBCUs who created Black clubs for us because I never had a chance to see myself in that. And even after I graduated from an HBCU, or as I was in school, I worked at the local news stations. And at the local news stations, every single reporter, every single person that came in for an interview, all of them were white, except for the Black athletes, because we know how we had the Black athletes. So there was never, and the one woman who was Black on working for the news company that I worked for, she had to always, and something that I had to break out of, always speak when she spoke to other white people and white professionals and interviewed them. She had to always speak in their manner. And it's a difference because we can still, just because I'm talking to Olay when she's on the show, you see how educated this woman is coming back. But at the same, she is coming back, and we can speak that way, right? And then at the same time have an understanding while we're having the conversation. And not to say that everybody can't, but when I ask you, well, what is it, to be a minority in this area and it affect you? you can only say so much if you don't understand it. And this particular platform, I want to speak for the minorities. In particular, minorities I want to speak for are Black people. And I love it. So whether or not y'all like it, it is what it is. It's not that I don't want to have the conversations with white people. I love when they come on, but I'm so used to that. And I feel like since I have, the ability to control in this space, I have power in this space. So if I want to talk to Black folks, I'm going to talk to them. And that's just, it is what it is. It doesn't make me it doesn't make me racist. It doesn't make me any of that. I have so much respect for the people who come on here. So much respect for the professors, because I'm taught history lessons by some of these professors that come on here, white or Black. Yeah. But it's something that is enlightened in me when I have conversations with Black professionals, because I see me in those spaces. And then when we talk, we don't have to put on naturally, we just naturally are who we are. So yeah.
Well, there's a lot of folks. Anyway, I can't even finish that conversation properly. But to that point, the timing of this conversation, Andrea, I promise you, Andrea, I know she's not talking about you, because I just know y'all get along just splendidly. It's just poorly timed conversation on my part. But that said, I think we have some clips that we're going to jump into. Let's get with David, who is the first candidate up for our analysis. Oh, this clip. Okay, no, let's do this. The clip of the general. This is General Tillis. Hang on, make sure I get this man's name right. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley. I'm in a whole different general. He says, I want to understand white rage. I want to understand what caused thousands of people to assault this building to try to overturn the Constitution of the United States. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He went super viral. I think it was like 4 million when I saw it yesterday afternoon. So let's see what he's talking about.
I wanted to make, when Representative Gates was talking, as well as Mr. Waltz, about a similar subject of the stand down and race theory. Would you like a minute or so to comment on that? Do you remember what your line of questioning or thought was there?
Sure. First of all, on the issue of critical race theory, et cetera, I'll obviously have to get much smarter on whatever the theory is. But I do think it's important, actually, for those of us in uniform to be open-minded and be widely read. And the United States Military Academy is a university. And it is important that we train and we understand. And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white. And I want to understand it. So what is it that caused thousands of people to assault this building to try to overturn the Constitution of the United States of America? What caused that? I want to find that out. I want to maintain an open mind here, and I do want to analyze it. It's important that we understand that, because our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians, they come from the American people. So it is important that the leaders, now and in the future, do understand it. I've read Mao Zedong. I've read Karl Marx. I've read Lenin. That doesn't make me a communist. So what is wrong with understanding, having some situational understanding about the country for which we are here to defend? And I personally find it offensive that we are accusing the United States military, our general officers, our commissioned, non-commissioned officers, of being, quote, woke or something else because we're studying some theories that are out there. That was started at Harvard Law School years ago, and it proposed that there were laws in the United States, antebellum laws prior to the Civil War, that led to a power differential with African Americans that were 3/4 of a human being when this country was formed. And then we had a Civil War and Emancipation Proclamation to change it. And we brought it up to the Civil Rights Act in 1964. It took another 100 years to change that. So look, I do want to know. And I respect your service, and you and I are both Green Berets. But I want to know. And it matters to our military and the discipline and cohesion of this military. And I thank you for the opportunity to make a comment on that.
Thank you, General. Change.
He wants a slow clap. Give that man a slow clap. Get that man a
It
smoke.
was very confusing. So what? I mean, he really had that. He wants to understand white rage as a white man. He wants to understand white rage.
Yeah. Well, he's talking about, critical race theory. He's like, yeah, no, it's cool with me. He said, look it's cool with me. I love it when middle-aged white folks be like, look, that means we ain't playing no more. I'm talking like, look, James, like, look it. So
no, it's look here, buddy. I saw that yesterday on social media. They was like, what is the equivalent to like, I ain't the one to play with, who you talking to?
Look here, buddy.
Look here, buddy.
Look.
Critical race theory ain't all that. I mean, I want to understand white rage. I probably have it. I probably experienced it. I've probably been that person. And why, who are we to police it or, put up gates for it? Like I want to understand it. So let's just, what's the issues right now? What are we talking about here? And I mean, I get it. Is it going to do anything? I mean, this is why I say it's the responsibility.
Jimmy Neutron was about to lose his goddamn
Why is he still here?
Lose it.
Why is he still here is my question. Why is he still seated? Why is that?
Right.
Why is there no white rage over that? But
he out there messing with y'all little girls and y'all ain't.
Ooh.
Not only did you not, but you also left him in office. See, y'all don't really like white children. Can we talk about that for a second?
No, I think they love white children as long as the white children are playing into the roles that they created for them. When they're looking at people and just staring at them and being like, "You're ugly. Why am I ugly? Because you're black or you're whatever." Yeah, that kids do that because they're taught that, right? And that's when they're just like, "He's just a kid." No, a kid that was taught to be racist. And I feel like Matt Gaetz is one person that was taught to be racist. Sometimes, as we saw that,
and a sexual predator. But okay.
As we saw that military general, sometimes we got to break out of that racist thought, right? Process or what we were taught. Like I was taught a lot of things growing up, and we talk about this all the time on the show. We got to break out of that, right, and become free from those thinkings and accept critical race theory. Like it could be a small, and which isn't small, but it could be a start right there for you, right? Ain't that they don't like no damn kids, man. It's just that when the kids don't match up with the racist ideals and all of that,
then they don't like their white
then
kids.
They're gonna send them off. We saw what Kelly and Conway did with her kid.
Yeah,
we ain't see that kid and we didn't hear nothing bad about that kid or whatever until she started making TikToks against her mom and against the movements that her mom stood for. Now it was like she's a troubled kid. We don't even and then her mom is cussing her out like a piece of trash. Like, all of these, we don't like you no more because you're calling out our racist ideals. So that's when they don't like them. But anywho, Ben, I think that critical race theory should definitely be something
so they wouldn't like their kids if their kids accepted critical race theory as their personal savior.
They'll look at their kids as traitors.
Yeah,
their kids
would.
Are
so they don't
traitors.
like their kids.
Like, how dare you accept that? I raised you better than that. I raised you better than that.
So they don't like their kids then. They only like the image that they expect or they want of their kids. But if their kids,
and then when the kid gets the world for themselves,
when the kids start making decisions for themselves, then all of a sudden they're like, "Depart from me, I never do you."
Mm-hmm.
Can I address something really quickly?
Hey, please help us out.
Janet Holmes in the chat, you came from my mama not too long ago because Janet said honk win and mama said Janet because you said something about Rebecca. Janet, I don't know if you have not watched the show in a long time, and normally I don't do this, but goddamn it, you got me triggered. I feel like what's the name, Janae Aiko, I'm triggered. Okay. Hey, this is called Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth. You know what, Ben, run it.
Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not care.
I'm trying to see what we're doing.
Doesn't like it.
That's clear.
Okay.
So
called out. This is called Like It or Not. So where we're free to tell the truth. We, 3 black people on the show that's doing our own damn thing, where Ben has his own truth, Rebecca has her own truth, and goddamn it, Bubba has his truth. So we're gonna walk in our truth and not be afraid to. What Rebecca was referring to, you calling her racist? I don't like that. You got to understand some of the stuff that these three people on the screen have been through to understand and say why we say the things that we do. Okay?
Yeah.
Janet, welcome to the channel. We're not trying to shoo you away. We're trying to welcome you in and let you know where you are. Okay? I digress.
That's my security guard, y'all. That's my security guard. That's mine right there.
Where Chuck Diesel at? Because he our security. He the security.
No, Chuck Diesel has been literally deleting, I think, everything that she's saying. But
yes, yeah.
I heard Chuck Diesel voice. Chuck Diesel sound like Kirk Franklin. Like we gotta get everyone up on here just to say, for those of you who think gospel music went too far, that's Chuck Diesel.
But I honestly, Bubba, I appreciate that, and
That's
it's crazy
love.
because it's because you said three things that were very poignant, because that's my word of the week.
Come on, poignant.
But yeah, these are all of our truths, and our truths may not all align with each other, but they're like individually, that's what makes this show what it is. I don't know your truth as a person of the LGBTQIA community, but I'm learning as I'm here on the show. And especially for you to be a Black man in that community, it's a totally different walk than somebody that is white. And that's something that needs to be discussed, because the plight is different, and it's an added plight. The same thing with you, Benjamin Dixon. You've been in this space doing what you do like nobody's business, the best that you have been doing it for years and years. For years. Ain't nobody gonna be a philosopher like Benjamin P. Dixon when it comes to politics. He's broken down it before him even exposing Bloomberg. He's always been walking in this light. But I see other people who are in the other networks who get so much praise a lot of times for the same thing that's being done over here. And then for me, who has literally had to choose whether I'm Black American or I'm Haitian American, and that's two different things for me growing up, because where I'm from, they made us separate the two. And then having to grow up and speak like a white person and then have the nerve to speak another language. Imagine that, right? And then I'm just so totally going to white schools, and they're telling me that lighter is better, or this is better, or in order for a Black person to be a professional in any space, right? They had to look a certain kind of way. So when I see people who look like me, y'all can't be mad because I want representation on my show. Y'all can't get mad because Bubba wants representation on his show. Y'all can't get mad because Benjamin P. Dixon wants representation on his show. And what that looks like may be different for each and every one of us. But I am so tired, and J. Ma was the one that got me together. I'm so tired of having to apologize for what I'm trying to say and how to explain it. Just because it doesn't include you doesn't mean I hate you. It's because I want to be more inclusive of people who look like me, because we have been excluded from everything. So if I have the power to bring people on who look like me, because they aren't invited to other places, other media spaces to tell the story directly from the work that they're doing, then I'm going to do that. I now have that power in my hands, and I never did before. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Y'all can be mad. I don't understand what you guys are all riled up for, why y'all panties are up your ass. It's okay. It's okay. We've had to live. I had to grow up not seeing me on TV every day. I had to grow up. I had to see, like, TikTok users today are experiencing, right? If we want to take it to this year, TikTok users are experiencing not being seen with their own damn work. When I break down these stories, they're for reasons. I've never gotten an opportunity to be as Black as I am. You would have thought I did at an HBCU, but they taught us how to be in the white spaces.
Yep.
When I was in school. Because that's what they knew was going to get us by.
Yeah.
And now I know now they're teaching more than just us to get by now, because we're in 2021. We're in 2021, and I know that my school and your school being and Bubba, shout out to BCU,
Hell
Wildcats,
Hill Rattlers, but shout out to those schools. Now they're open. They opened up and they're teaching. And when I go back to the schools, they're teaching the kids how to be Black at all times. We no longer have to look at. I no longer have to listen to what people like Janet, who may or may not be real, say. anymore because what she's saying doesn't apply to me. Y'all can get. I see y'all in the comment section all the time.
Who gonna check us over here? Who gonna check you over here?
No, exactly. Like I said this morning on the clock, because I was in the comment section. Who is gonna check me, boo? Who's gonna check us, boo? Not one person. You know why? Because I allowed so many at the place I was before this, right? I allowed them to run my mouth and make me say things that did not come from me. And because I looked a certain kind of way, that's why they chose me to do and speak about certain things. And that's coming from white people because I looked exotic. Like, that's why. And then I was told by my professors that, hey, if we tone down the nails a bit, if we tone down the hair a bit, if you go back a few years, you'll see me wearing nothing but straight hair and short
I remember
nails.
those days. Yeah.
And I stayed with one color every single time because I needed to fit the mold in those spaces. I no longer have to train. Like I no longer have to be like a chameleon. I'm naturally myself. And for some people, like I always say, I'm too much and not enough. I used to say that, but that's speaking to this place in me. I'm too much and just enough. Y'all gonna have to get with it, or y'all don't have to be on this channel, but the people who do support understand exactly what I'm saying and understand what exactly what Bubba's saying and understand what exactly what Ben's saying. This ain't mainstream media. I don't gotta be biased. I mean, I don't have to be unbiased. I'm gonna be biased as hell, and I'm gonna root for everybody black. And when a black person does something wrong, I'm gonna call them out on it too.
Ooh, that is
Facts.
a sound. That's a sound bite waiting to be clipped.
For your ass, right?
And that's just what it is.
Send that to social media.
And that's it.
Put some music underneath it.
Now that we've cleared the air, then we can get back to the show.
You better choose the music, Rebecca. Otherwise, it's gonna be some.
Ben.
It's a red in this day and age.
Ding ding. Gonna have Billy Ray Jesus playing in the background.
We shall always listen. Dude, that's what we did. We should have started with a Billy Ray Jesus clip. Do we have a Billy Ray Jesus clip in the vault? Because if we got
We said, I hear a sound. I hear a sound. I hear a sound. There's gonna be an impeachment. There's gonna be an impeachment.
roll the footage.
God is gonna shake things up.
B-roll.
Look, Ben, are you doing the whispers of stuff?
Those are your whispers in your church. Want to do it.
Call the African angels. Call the African angels.
Let's see if I can put some of this together. I heard the United States Navy is about to enter the prophetic scheme. Watch
Billy Ray
this.
Jesus.
There it goes.
I heard the Pentagon say, whoa.
Whoa.
I saw the Oval Office dark. I heard this. Everything is wide open right now. And I heard. I heard.
What are you looking for? You heard. What was you looking for? You heard it. It's more tense.
I heard impeachment. And I heard resign.
I'm the little kid.
Impeachment and resign.
I'm somewhere rolling. I'm on somebody's pew rolling, cracking up.
I'm going to tell you something.
I'm like,
What you gotta tell us, Reverend?
Resign! Come on!
Oh man, y'all think we'd get in trouble if we did a segment called Paula White Supremacist?
There's so many, but there's so many Paula White supremacists and Billy Ray Jesus.
Oh
There's
my God!
many-
Wait a
There's so
minute.
many
Everybody, listen,
evangelicals who just-
we may not do it ever again, but we're gonna do that shit right now. Excuse me, Mom. Wait,
Paula White supremacists and Billy Ray Jesus.
Rebecca, you are Paula White supremacist, and you are Pastor
I hear
Billy
a sound
Ray.
in the earth. I hear a sound in the earth.
I hear a sound.
Hold on, whoa. When we're speaking about Jesus,
I hear a sound.
we need to make sure.
Speaking
Shanta
with Paula
Pedro
White.
Pata Pochanta. That's the African angels right now.
I hear a sound.
African angels right now.
I hear a sound.
It's the African angels.
I hear a sound, Paula.
Why you sound like Paul of a white supremacist for
I hear a sound.
But why they be moving like this? Like,
The sound.
and that's the sound.
The sound.
I'm going to plug up my keyboard.
Look at the sound.
I got a headache.
Is impeachment. Did somebody say?
Jesus, I need you to go and lay hands. 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 Lay hands.
I hear a sound.
African angels' hands are covered.
All the African angels, they're coming.
African angels'
All
hands.
the African
are
angels
camped around you right now.
All the African angels.
African. Yeah.
Boy, you gonna get a raise.
All the African angels. I hear a sound.
Let every hey, ha ha.
What? Hey, ha ha. What's the entire freak?
The Lord demands a worship right now. The Lord demands a worship right now. For your worship will rise.
Now I don't play with the Holy Spirit, so God forgive me.
Okay, Lord, please, Lord.
Bro, what's Mark Zuckerberg doing?
Right, bro. Walking plainly across the stage. Wait a minute.
Oh,
where you walking to?
He's looking for the sound. He's looking for the sound, Buckle.
Jesus' name.
Thank you, Paula.
Look, why was she?
In the name of Jesus. Hey.
Hey. Ha ha. Lolo. Lili.
She will come out right now in the name of Jesus. There will be no grief to you, Brad. There will be no grief in the name of
Evil
Jesus.
Jellicos.
Where he walking to?
He's looking down in the earth.
Oh, the African angels. He hears the African angels.
You know how extra we are in the church. We get up and start. We'll walk the stage.
We will.
We'll go walk the stage.
Hey, and for context, folks, she's praying that Donald Trump wins the White House, just so people understand what's going on at this episode, that Donald Trump will win, that God will send African angels. How she say it, Rebecca?
She said, we're praying for African angels. They're going to come down. I hear African angels. He's saying, ha, 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 hey, hey, ha.
Wait a minute. Wait. I got to orchestrate this. David, mute the video. Turn it to B-roll. Rebecca, what is she saying?
She's saying, ha, ha, God is speaking right now. He's speaking right now. And right now he's saying, oh, the African angels, the African angels, the African angels, they're coming down. They're coming down. They're coming down. They're saying that Donald Trump is going to be president. There was nothing that's going to stop. Oh, ha, ha, hey, hey, ha. There's nothing that's going to stop them. There was nothing that's going to stop them. The African angels are coming in. The African angels. And this is why it's important that Donald Trump is president. Excuse me. God is good.
Just me walking around in the background.
Mark Zuckerberg. Wait, what's the black version of Mark Zuckerberg?
They're coming. God.
Marvin.
Trump. If we're calling down the African angels, ha, hey, hey, ha, ha, and we're coming down, ha, ha. Why does she move like that, y'all? You see what I was not
walking around. He mad as hell. Like,
she been watching Juanita Bynum. That's why she moved like that.
Exactly. You know, like I said, it's not unnormal. It's not abnormal for church folks to walk up on stage during a whole sermon or a whole.
Not in this year of the Lord 2021. Right. You might get swung on.
But why when we at the black church, you see somebody from the back that's supposed to be crippled come all the way to the front just to hit the pastor on the shoulder and get back down.
Wait a minute. Why did person have to be disabled?
Because that shows us that I don't know what empowers them to get up and go. It's always somebody that.
Oh, you mean the moment is so compelling that they dropping money. See, I don't want nobody throwing money at me at the altar. I'm sorry. Like I did a tour of duty at the in the pulpit. Okay, I've been up there, and I don't want somebody coming to throw money at me. But I'm sure Paula white supremacists would gladly accept the donations down at the altar. You know, she blocked me on Twitter though, right?
That's okay, because honestly, she has utilized a lot of her space to put out terrible rhetoric. So of course she's gonna block you, because I'm pretty sure I remember when you were blasting her on Twitter. So
you know why she blocked me though?
Well, she read them.
No, because I called her. I called her Paula White supremacist. And she blocked me.
Oh,
yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, so yeah, Ben, that definitely took her up. And she has the bob. What's crazy is back when I was growing up, y'all,
got the
Paula
Karen Bob.
Oh, she got the full Karen Bob.
Paula White, Joyce Myers, they were all the go-to.
I used to watch Joyce Meyer with my mom all the time.
Ben, let's bring it back to what we were talking about just 5 minutes ago, right? This is all we knew was white evangelicals, y'all. Why? Because we did not see. Why? Because we did not see ourselves in these spaces. Okay, ever on television. We had TD Jakes, but we had this more so when it came to the religious aspect of it. We had Paula White as an example, and we used to listen and abide to everything that she said. We had Joel Osteen as well, young little thing at the time. Joel Osteen. We had what's that man's name on the 72 whatever channel with his wife. They're on the brink. I don't know how they are still
the 400 club,
the 400 club, 700
club. that one. And listening to this is what we had as representation. So this is why I say, Pat Robertson. This is why I say what I say, and y'all be all in your feelings about it. But look, we didn't have representation. We had this woman who always deep down inside was somebody who thought that if somebody thought that Donald Trump could be president, and this is somebody that we look to for religious assistance, like help, and just to go to for just to be advised, right? Our leadership. And this is what it was the whole time. She's been racist the whole time. And it takes me back to my old pastor, what I was telling you guys about, the one that just said that Black Haitian people or people in those third world countries God did that to them in those countries. Because
I'm sorry, what said how?
You said it last time. You said it like a few days ago when I said this too.
Wait.
No, he said that. He said
my memory shot for
a lot of African countries and a lot of West Indian countries that are third world, if they serve or have cultural differences that are not aligned with God, that is why their country is going through what it's going through.
I saw
and I said, wait, whoa. So it ain't because we decided to rebel against our oppressors.
Come on.
Is that we decided to kill them and take ownership of this land and live our lives, and then because of that, we're being literally tortured as Haitian people because we decided to do that, huh? My religious leader said that, and damn it.
I thought it was gonna be me first.
She was about to go in, James. Rebecca was about to turn up.
I know.
I knew it was going.
So just kept on talking and left the video off.
I felt it coming. She was getting ready to put these colonizers in their place. Oh, who the hell?
Right. What?
But no, my leader.
Did she?
My leader actually,
did you even ever stop? Or were you just going?
No, I stopped because I needed to come back on and tell you. My leader actually stated to us that, and it bothered me because I was like, we are literally here at your church, for good counsel. And that's why I said, I can't play with people who don't know. I can't talk to people who don't understand and don't know, because they're teaching us to be that way to each other. They're making me think that my culture is wrong for doing whatever that may be wrong to y'all. I'm a whole Haitian woman. There may be things that we know to be evil, but the way that we move, the way that we heal ourselves with, why is that evil? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. I had to realize and come to realization of, y'all out here doing a lot of witchcraft in your church. You're calling them African angels and you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what that means. You don't. So y'all really, at the end of the day, I say this to say we need to see ourselves in these spaces, because even if we got our own mess in the Black church, but it was so hard to get the Black church on television. All we had to look at was TD Jakes for a very, 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 very long time.
We
Juanita Bynum's
We like TD Jakes around here.
No, we love TD
Oh, yeah,
Jakes.
we love him.
I love TD Jakes. I love his daughter, who is a
for the most part. there's a
Sarah
couple
Jakes.
things.
Yeah, like I love Sarah Jakes. If you guys don't know, she's a millennial, like a lot of us who are watching, and she gives the word she gives it. Like when I say that you need the conversation changes when it's just you talking, like when it's you talking to your friends and feeling like you don't have to no longer put on for a certain community of people. Watch Sarah Jakes, please do, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
She free, huh?
Yes, she is. And
there's free and then there's free. I feel that.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones. I just about to say Mara said it. Bobby Jones. Yep.
Bobby Jones. Bobby
Jones gospel.
Ben, you don't know Bobby Jones with the
No, I definitely know Bobby Jones. I guess I just don't. I'm missing the connection. I lost. Y'all lost me somewhere.
No, we're talking about leadership.
I had a brain malfunction right there.
Yeah.
Bobby Jones. Of course, I know.
That big ass head.
I did a whole. Back when I was trying to be Kirk Franklin.
I remember Ben.
You didn't know me when I was trying to be Kirk Franklin.
I remember because we talk about it often, and I can see.
So
while you were trying to be Kirk Franklin, I was trying to be, I don't know, somebody's first lady. I was being trained to be somebody's first lady.
Yes, indeed.
I did a whole like Bobby Jones used to have all those festivals that he used to do every year. Like they used to be out in Las Vegas. So I went to one in Las Vegas, and then the next one they had was in Fort Lauderdale. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to spend money flying my whole group out there. So I hosted a little luncheon there, and I had all the record executives there. Bobby Jones was there and all the big names and stuff. So you say Bobby Jones, I remembered all that, but I couldn't, see the connection.
The festivals, Ben, or the events. I used to go to TD Jakes.
Woman Thou Art Loose.
Not Woman Thou Art Loose. That's when he started doing MegaFest. I wasn't aged to go to Women That Are Loose yet, but I do remember Women That Are Loose. And then I started going to MegaFest. I won my first cell phone at a MegaFest because he had hid a whole bunch of cell phones underneath the chairs. That's when the cell phones with the minutes had came out, and they taped them underneath the chair, and I won a cell phone. I'll never forget that. And then I met Dietrich Haddon. Who has been in the news for a lot of
I met him.
I thought, and look, as a child, I used to think he was so fine. Why am I thinking about that? I don't know. I met Ty Tribbett, and he told me, because I was shouting for Chris Brown at an event, I was like, Ty. Yes, Chris Brown. And that's when Ty Tribbett had to stop and ask, who is yelling that? Y'all, it was me. Look, I can now say, it was me, Ty. It was me.
He gonna remember. I guarantee you.
No, you guys.
He gonna remember. He's going to remember that.
This is how God works. So I'm yelling in the audience. Yes, Chris Brown. That's my baby. Because he was talking about Chris Brown. I don't remember what he said. And I was like, Chris, right? And he's like, okay, girl, Chris doesn't know you. Are you in your word? And I was like, he told me to come here. And I was like, when? Like, what was happening? I don't know. But
were you like Baby Ratchet? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I told you, being in an all-white community infiltrated by Haitians, but going to an all-white school, and on when you meet up with your black friends and they mostly are Black American, you got all of this inside you. So I needed to find my place. And when I went to the Black American church, I needed to feel within, because the Black American church and the Haitian church, they're the same but very different. So
that sounds like my daughter. That's exactly what Lizzie is doing.
Like a lot of accents, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm in Riviera Beach at the time, so I really was trying to mix. So yeah. And he was like, girl, please. He don't know you, first of all. Secondly, and what's crazy is, listen to this. In that year, I ended up meeting Chris Brown before I moved off to college. Went to his concert and everything like that. It was a surprise, thank God. Got out of college. My last year of college, I interviewed Ty Tribbett. He was my first. Oh, wow. He was my first celebrity interview, and I talked about but it was great because he talked about a lot of things that he did that were wrong as a pastor, as a leader, and how he had to step back, mold himself, get right with the Lord, get right with people, and start looking at people for people and not being so hypocrite, because he was talking about being a hypocrite as well. And we had that full conversation. And, he was very honest with it. He was very honest. He was very direct. He talked about his plight. He talked about his marital issues. And I'm like, yo, he's just spilling the beans with me. And he literally was looking at me, and we were talking like best friends. and that was my first interview with him as my senior year.
That's good. But that's why I don't go to church no more. We got time to be around here playing with these cats. I remember that whole. I wasn't even in. I left gospel. I left the church and left gospel at about the time all that stuff started going crazy, all that mess and that drama. So,
right.
That's when I left the church. But not. I mean, I go to a good church now. It's not my church. I got a good place now.
We've all had an experience where we left the church, and it's almost like we had to do our own prodigal son, prodigal daughter moment. When we come back, have experiencing it for ourselves. Like I said, all of our truths are different. When I interviewed Ty Tribbett, I would have never known that was his truth.
Do you have that footage? Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Right, that would be awesome.
I'll search and see. Molly Music was also there, and I got an opportunity to speak with him as well. And that's when he was really young.
I like Molly.
That's when he was really young. That was like almost 10 years ago, actually.
Right? He sound like what's the rapper he sounds like? He kind of got the sound convict music. What's the guy?
Akon. He kind of remind. He does a little bit. Yeah.
Don't be saying no, not Molly. I'm sorry, I can't agree with that.
Just a little bit.
Not at
just
all.
a little bit.
I can't agree with that. Not even in the slightest. I just can't.
No, Molly can sing.
Molly can rap too.
Can say, yeah.
That man is really talented.
Just the intonation kind of is.
Not at all.
Convict music.
And nah.
I don't even see. I don't even know none of his songs. I know he can sing, but I don't know none of his songs.
Oh no, that man got me through college. When I say I found Molly, y'all, when I was working on the radio, it's always a story. I found Molly when I was working on the radio.
Rebecca got more stories.
You would think she was about 50 years old.
You would think. I'm telling you, having to battle, like I said, being Black American, Haitian American, telling white folks that I speak another language, don't be scared, kind of thing, and and telling white folks I can still be your friend and love you, and then like doing all of that, it's been a wild ride for me. But no, I met when I got into college, I was blessed to be, I said, on the radio for the first time. Like be like that was my first little media gigs. Look, Ben is going off on his kid.
He is like going ham. You saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, y'all.
But the first, you're on camera. Though.
Y'all know they love to call the DCS on me.
Why we not quiet like we could hear him?
Okay. Whole thing on me. We like nephew, you okay over there? Nephew, look.
I mean, it's handled.
But look,
try to get me roped off on the internet.
Ben, do you know that song? Get right, church, and let's go home. So that's the first. I've never heard
Lambert. Listen, I can't let this clip go on the internet and not mention Pastor C.L. Lambert. He's no longer with us, but he would always start at the end of the service. Get right, church, and let's go home.
Good, I need to go eat and then go home. But I've never heard that song until I started working on the radio, and I'm like, dang, who sings this song? Who sings the song? Who sings the song? And then that was my first introduction to Molly Music. That man sang that song. I don't know. It was like he's the Anthony Hamilton in gospel music for me.
Yeah.
It's like when we play Anthony Hamilton, it's like your ancestors come and you just feel like you feel the sun beaming on your body at the time. You feel yourself like getting ready to just cook up something real nice and good. I don't know. You just feel something. And I feel when Molly Music sings, he just sings with such, I don't know, God really blessed him with that.
I think I have the scientific definition of black soul, y'all, because Rebecca, you just landed that thing. It's Anthony Hamilton. That's exactly who that brother remind me of.
Yeah.
And when Anthony Hamilton sang, it just cut that brother voice cut right through it all. The point of it all. I don't even want to. I don't.
Point of it all. That's a good song.
You know, and I'm gonna show you how powerful that song is. I listened to that song December of, think of it, Sicily, 1943. Picture it. Yeah. I was in Boston and I was in the mall around Christmas time, and I'm listening to The Point of It All over and over and over and over again. And somewhere around listening to it for the 100th time, it clicked on me that I needed to start my show.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's when I decided
From
to
Anthony.
start
So
all this.
shouts out to Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah.
You've encouraged our brother Ben to
Yeah.
definitely
Shout
do
out.
what needs to be done.
And if you had an
Man.
uptick in your Spotify plays at that time, it was because of me.
Okay, I like Anthony Hamilton is that dude too. That's another person that got me through college. But yeah, I music, gospel music, but something about soul music tied in, and I was able to merge both on the radio show. But those
Can I make a special request? I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to be, but because I'm playing music and stuff, like I'm feeling the vibe. Is Chuck Diesel in the room? Is he in the chat room down there?
Yeah, he's in there.
David, connect with you because this brother's voice. Anyway, go ahead, Rebecca. We'll figure out. I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but I just want to see if he's available so he can do a mic check. Come on the stage, Chuck Diesel, and do a mic check for the people.
I told you, anywhere that I go, whenever we travel, Chuck's gonna be my hype man.
I'm telling
Chuck
you,
can
man.
be my MC the whole time. He MC one of the patron parties. Yeah,
he should be the one who brings us on for ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals.
Hey, shout out
if
to
he's available. Yeah, sure, David.
Yeah, shout out real quick to Miss B. They said that Brett from TYT on his platform last night showed B's premiere Karen skit.
Oh, I love it.
And they were all dying on there. Yeah.
I love it.
And I heard that they were talking about us on the show as well too, Rebecca. Well,
what they
I don't know if they were talking about me. I don't know. I had to pull it up and have to watch it and see. Yeah, I think it was Rebecca. I see that they had something going on about a redneck riot. Yeah.
Listen.
I heard that we're talking around here, Rebecca. We're coming up in some channels.
I mean, why not though, Bubba?
Because y'all are dope. Can I tell you, y'all are dope. Y'all go from a British accent to a redneck accent to like no telling what Rebecca accent gonna pull out. Like any she could be from New York or she could be from Pompano. Well, not Pompano. You could be from Revere.
No, I'm not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I need people to understand. This is what I want people to know. I'm not an actor, right? These are just things that are fun for me to do. I'm a journalist, so respect me as such. And then everything else that follows is just our personalities. It's just us literally kicking it. And when we do Rebecca, it's funny, but we're doing it because that's how a lot of y'all cousins and sisters and brothers and them be. And we want y'all to know how like y'all literally be doing it.
The content writes itself.
I love it though. I love that y'all can kiki about it, and we can kiki about it. About how racist y'all are. Not y'all that are watching, but folks that
Did we find out
that rushed the Capitol?
Did we finalize the name for the British version?
Mm-mm.
We never did.
No, yeah, we did. We said what was it? Lady Rebecca and
Lord James and Lady Rebecca.
And somebody dropped some names in the chat.
King
I can't
James.
remember what it was. Yeah, King James.
It's got to be King James and Lady Rebecca. Coming to the stage. Bow, prostrate yourself before their grandeur. King James and Lady Rebecca.
Good night,
Greetings.
Sal Naran is going to bed now. So good night, and I hope that you have a peaceful, well dreams. Listen. I like this one. Lord and Lady Rebecca Ham.
Miss B.
Miss B got some skills.
Miss B.
Lord and Lady Rebecca Ham.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this for a little bit. I'm sorry to do a hard pivot here, but I don't know if you guys discussed this. Well, I don't know what was discussed before I got on, but the first rioter was convicted for storming the U.S. Capitol, only received probation and a $500 fine. That's a big deal because this is a whole domestic terrorist. And did y'all hear what I just said? Yeah. I said probation and a $500 fine.
Wow.
For storming the Capitol building.
We would be dead in D.C. right now.
Mm-hmm.
Our blood still be
if I had like a nickel bag sack of weed, I'd be facing 5,000 years in prison.
Yep. Listen, we are not. These people are as free as can be. I just watched a clip of the Kardashians, and I don't know how this is going to tie together, but it's going to tie together. I just watched a clip of the Kardashians discussing how this was Kendall, who is the one that has no surgery or minimal surgery, if any. but she is the model in the family. And I just watched and heard this girl say, you guys think I didn't work for what I need for to become a model? I worked to become a model. I worked hard to become a model. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay right here. I worked hard to become a model. I did all of this. I did all of that. I had to go to Europe. I flew to Europe and I flew to New York, and I was flying back and forth from New York to Europe, working hard. I told them, don't utilize my last name on any of this. I just want to push myself as a model, but not understanding. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're white in America. You naturally have a privilege. And I like when people are walking that truth and be like, listen, I know my white privilege and my namesake gave me my opportunities, because I don't know any black model who can say I've traveled, and they were not on no black model that had no covers or anything that can say I flew from Europe and I flew from Europe and I flew back to New York. The privilege comes in many forms in different spaces. We're looking at people that stormed the Capitol as domestic terrorists who literally can go before a judge and only be given probation and only in a $500 fine, not recognizing their privilege. I need you guys to speak for what it is. Listen, I can walk up and I can riot. I can be a model and just be white and have the privilege of having family with money that allows me to go do what I need to do to help me build my own portfolio. But if it wasn't for this, and if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And so it goes for the white criminals, white folks who cry white tears every day, saying it's hard for me. It's a hard not life for me. And I understand it. I'm not knocking that you guys have struggles or anything, but damn it.
She ain't got no struggles.
She ain't got, but the people that ran up the White House didn't have much struggles either. Most of them didn't. Most of them did not. If it wasn't, the Antufas knew not to get too close. The Antufas knew to surround them.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
The Antufas knew to surround themselves with other white folks.
Wait a minute.
All of them had natural privilege. I just don't understand. Privilege shows itself in so many different spaces. It shows itself in so many different spaces. And I need y'all to understand, look, y'all got privilege, and that's okay. Your struggle is not our struggle.
You do know Antufas started here on this channel, right? Antufas.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, so many cultural gems about to come out of this stuff. Just y'all see me fall.
I did.
Oh my God! All right, we got listen. We got a couple of clips we got to get to, or else our producer, we gonna have a white man protesting. We gonna have a God.
But David, I was trying to pivot all the way to the news storm. These boys is acting up today. They don't.
You was going.
Wait a minute.
A long way around.
Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
I had to get people.
But listen.
Got me riled up to get.
Here's the problem with Antufas. Sorry. Antufas got to be can't be the brother who lost his teeth. Antufas got to be the hillbillies. It's got to be the
that lost their teeth
from meth.
Then
wait a minute.
That's the
Carl Hart wouldn't like that.
No, I'm not. I wasn't talking about that at all. I was talking about, did some white folks lose their teeth up in Washington D.C.?
So getting they grill split for running
time. That's it. They Antufas.
That's Antufas.
Versus Antifa. What you want? You want Antifa or Antufas? I'm going with Antifa. All right. Play the first clip. I don't know what this clip is. Like, I should know. Anyway, play the clip.
We're bringing in over half of it. We're going to in over half.
Okay, pause it. All right, this one is actually a really serious clip. Now, this is audio footage, and mainly audio. You got to listen, and you're going to listen to a threat. This is a threat, and this is, you can see on the screen, this is conservative activist Erin Olszewski recorded her phone call with Florida congressional candidate William Braddock just after midnight on June 9th, 2021. And I want you to hear what this man is saying he would do. And this is in response to a political campaign. And I think I want you to hear how far this man is willing to go over this political campaign, and you'll see how it ties into everything you just said, Rebecca. Go ahead and play it, David.
We're bringing in over half of it. We're going to in over $500 million from offshore, from Malta and Gibraltar. to fund my campaign. I'm going to have 24/7 2 former Secret Service officers up my unless I'm taking a shit in the morning. And I don't want to hear this. I don't want to know about this, but we have access to a hit squad too, Ukrainians and Russians.
Damn.
You did not hear that from me.
I hear what?
Don't get caught in public like supporting Luna, because Luna supporters Luna's going to go down. And I hope it's by herself. And if the poll says Luna's going to win, she's going to be gone. She's going to disappear.
Dang.
And you cannot tell anybody that.
I would never tell anybody.
For the good of our country, we have to sacrifice the few. She's a crazy bitch. She's a Democrat with a gun. She's a stupid, excuse my language, social media influencer.
Yeah.
There's no reason she should be in office.
How do we make her go?
I call up my Russian and Ukrainian hit squad, and within 24 hours, they're sending me pictures of her disappearing.
Oh, dang.
No, I'm not joking. Like,
wow.
This is beyond my control at this point. I'm self-funded. I got access to billions. I'm talking with a B, not millions, billions of dollars. I'm self-funded. I got cryptocurrency out the ass. I've got Freemason brothers offering me Russian hit squads. Listen, I'm in deep, okay? I am in deep. I will admit that. And if I lose, I'm going to have to move out of the country.
Is this like squad that you're talking about? Are they like snipers?
Damn, I'll put his
Or
name
how-
on there.
like-
You got the whole name up there.
I mean, are
Russian
they, like-
mafia.
No.
Up close and personal, so they know the person. They know that the target is gone.
You do
That's what I'm
have
telling
connections
you.
then.
Don't fucking be on the wrong side of supporting Luna,
Yeah.
because if you're near her
This is
when time
scary.
comes, I just don't want that to happen to you when you've got kids. So don't
Yeah.
Jesus
be
Christ.
associated with Luna under any circumstances.
That's
This
really
is even
scary.
scaring me at this point.
What? You're scary.
But I know what I'm doing is noble, and I'm just trying to remain a humble servant of God, and I've got a lot of people behind me.
What the?
What? But there we go again. Like, this one is a lot more serious because this dude. All right, so let me give you just a little background. Anna Paulina Luna is running for office in Florida's 13th congressional district. This is according to Mediaite. She recently made headlines when she claimed that a conservative primary opponent, William Braddock, was conspiring with others to have her murdered. The Tampa Bay Times reports that Luna recently obtained a restraining order against Braddock, even as he denied her allegations. And that was the audio that we listened to. That was. She said, I'm not
Only
going to
with
share it.
6
I would
now,
never
then-
say it to anybody. And then, oh, here's an update. Okay. This
Is
is
that
the
him?
update. All right, run. Let's play the update. Okay.
Oh,
It's just B-roll.
We're like, we all thought.
Well, David, since it's just B-roll, can you explain who the people are? Is this the woman that was making the phone call, Anna Paulina? And is the man that was sitting there? Okay, that's Luna, the target. So she was the girl on mute that we saw.
All right, David, cut your microphone on. And ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals, here's David, because I don't know anything about this this story, but I do know that that's a level of commitment to they'll kill somebody over these political campaigns. What's the story, David?
So yeah, hi everyone. So that is Luna. I forget. Ben, you have her full name in the spreadsheet.
Yeah,
but
it's
so
her name is Anna Paulina Luna, running for Florida's 13th congressional district.
So she's a Democrat. I believe she ran against Christ in 2020 in Florida. But she's and she's running against Braddock, and he's apparently far right GOP. This is the 13th district, and he's claiming that he has billions and that he has this hit squad, and now he's claiming that it's manipulated. He in court he claimed he needed more time because he didn't think there was any evidence, and when this came out he was like, I need more time to respond to this.
So he
and
put
he's
out
claiming it's either manipulated or edited or something to that effect.
So we're looking at this B-roll. He's in a seat. He's been charged. He's at a trial. What's the?
She got a restraining order against him.
You got Rebecca, you see how much these people can get away with? This all he ain't in jail.
Nope.
Thank you, David.
Restraining order. So thank you, David. He said a restraining order. The William Braddock, the guy that was on the phone with the woman, saying that there was a hit out on Miss Luna, who is a GOP candidate, what really hurts my feelings. Such a beautiful woman, wrong squad to be trying to join. But at the same time, it's just like nobody should be feeling like when they're running or putting themselves in positions of any seat. You shouldn't have to worry about things like that. But there are a lot of white men. You see how that white men and white people, or white people in power, or people in power, period, who can get away with these kind of things. But when you are what you are, like this is what I say, the privilege, when the privilege presents itself, and there are levels to the privilege. You may be on a certain spectrum of that, but there are levels to the privilege. And at the highest mark is the white man. And they can literally stand before a judge and not have any charges pressed against them because why? He probably knows somebody that works in the judicial system there where he can just holler at and say, can I? And time served can be a thing, a conversation, lawyers, all of that. So this is why I say, like, privilege, when y'all speak about y'all issues and y'all struggles and y'all mishaps and misfortunes, or where you fall short and you made a mistake and you need to be rehabilitated, that's all privilege language. It's all privilege language because we can never relate. We can never relate unless you're a white man and there's, say, Diddy, right? Diddy, who literally had to do mad whatevers to get where he is. And the white man, just you being born a white man, and then Diddy, who had to do 16,000 jobs. And with Diddy, it's only because he's a black man with money. And that's still not equal, but it's kind of like we can see that how they can beat the system for whatever.
Well, you know what? When the story's told of everything I had to do to put this little ship together that we got together, it's gonna be so ridiculous how many jobs black folks got to do in order to just get a little piece of something in this country, as compared to white men in this country who could just wake up and just like, oh, Jim, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna start a new business. Oh, we just lost $1 billion on the last one.
Yeah.
You know, they got money to make the mistakes, and we got to walk a tightrope on every single part of our lives.
Every mistake that we make, we pay for it, pay double for it. Yep. And then we got to keep on pushing and struggle through that. Put ourselves in debt to try to bring ourselves out of debt. We put ourselves in debt for our own financial freedom.
That's real.
We can't walk into no bank and be like, hey, I'm white. Business loan, please. Business loan me. Business loan me. It's like, where do you live? What's your social security? Do you have any kids? Because we're going to have to definitely put your kids up, for collateral if anything happens to whatever. Like, you got a house? Oh, man, we're going to have to definitely put and you want a business? We'll give you. So now you are accepted for the business loan, but the same $100,000 that we gave this person with the same life happenstances as you, what we're gonna do is give you 25. Take it or leave it.
If that.
We'll give you $5,000. Take it or leave it. Now all I can do is just afford to buy some windows for the business.
I don't think people. Well, so let me flip it. I think most people watching us, the majority of people in this country, understand what it's like to not have a dime.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Dude, I hate to be semi-broke today. Like, and by that, that doesn't, I don't have thousands of dollars in my bank account. I don't like to.
Well, don't tell them all your business there. Don't tell them all your business.
Yeah, no, but I need you to understand. Like, this is real. This is real stuff. Like, like for my living, broke is just having enough to make sure I can get gas before my next paycheck, or having like a little extra in my account that I can spend without dipping into my savings. You know what I mean? And if you even can keep up with your savings, not having to dip in and pay things that come out of nowhere, like a flat tire, like, you know, something that happens to whatever, like things happen, or your parents calling you and saying, hey, I don't have it. Can you help me? And can you assist me?
Whoo. Wait. Say that.
They don't understand.
That. Wait. What you mean? You mean your like, and let's extrapolate this. Let's put a degree of separation between us because it's a little personal, right? You mean black kids don't get help from their parents? Black kids have to help their parents in this country?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
That's something Kylie Jenner wouldn't even never understand. Like she can't fathom that as she talks about.
Privilege, y'all. Privilege. I just talked about people who stormed the White House. Privilege. But brown people have been disrespected for so long in this country since 9/11. Since 9/11. When we think of terrorists, we automatically, the whole nation, no matter what color you are, terrorists, they made it so that we only say that terrorists equates brown people that look a certain kind of way and are from the Middle East. But we watch terrorists every day take their guns, pull up on schools, pull up on businesses because they had a bad day.
They had a bad day.
Shoot up multiple people, sometimes hundreds. And we say what? They had a bad day, psychological issues. We watch them come into churches and the people offer to pray with them. And they're shot down. Those same people are shot down by terrorists, but they won't call them terrorists because they're white males. But we over here doing 6 jobs, having to protect our parents while our parents are thinking they're having to protect us. Immigrant parents who can't get the best jobs because they don't have here, because they have education from where they're from. Here, they'll tell them that their education is worth nothing, even though they're smarter, faster, quicker. All they're good for is to what? Play ball, right? As black people here in America, they're good at sports. They're good at that kind of thing. They're good at filling in the black quota for a job, the black face that they need to say that they're diverse. But we do 6 damn jobs. I ain't talking 6 jobs. We do 1 million jobs and we make things work. You will never find me not looking like I need to look, presenting myself how I need to present myself. I don't like feeling poor. I don't care how poor I am. I don't like it. But I'm going to do 16 jobs to make sure that I'm, that I'm together. And that my family's okay. Even if it's giving the last $50 in my account. Even if it's giving that, and making sure that I'm at $0, that I'm not overdrafting, counting the days that my next check is going to come, so it can make sure that it's in place of that. We have struggled, and we have jobs that pay over a certain amount. They have no idea. But the taxes that are taken from us, and in the places that we're forced to live in, because they make us, we can afford to live here, but when we're moving in, they make you pay first and last on top of the move-in fees. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to live in this particular space and pay the rent that you can afford. But you had to save up like literally $5,000 to move into an apartment when you could have just got a house. See? But anyway.
Listen, we only got a couple minutes here, but we got one more clip. Somehow or another, I think it's going to tie everything together. I just got a sneaky suspicion. This is some right-wing preacher. Yeah, I know we do a really good job of debunking these right-wing preachers. And let's listen to him first, and then I'll tell you who he is after we watch this clip.
And now they're starting to go all Christian. We appeal to Christians to be noble and not get involved in the sordid political stuff. Recover your virtuous beauty as a transcendent force in the earth representing eternal things. This is the desperate warning cry of the left saying, oh my God, those flippin' evangelicals and Pentecostals, the grassroots are killing us. Because you see, it's an organic movement. It's totally organic, and that's what's freaking them out. There's no organization. If it was a person, they could attack. They could cancel. They could take your business down. But you know, when it's like, it's on a picnic, it's all over the place. Why? Because we have millions of people that were disenfranchised by a stolen vote. And it took a while. It's like the day the animals and the insects had a football game. The animals were squashing the insects until halftime, when all the animals were hobbling, bleeding off to the sidelines. And they finally, the lion said, time out. What insect is on the field? And they said, well, it's the centipede. He said, well, where the heck was the centipede in the first half of the game? And they said, well, he was getting his cleats on. And that's where we're at. We're getting our cleats on. And all you folks that pray, you pray. You pray for a great awakening. You pray for a revival.
David is canceled.
David is canceled. Those desperate prayers, those late night prayers, those oh God. And then
the hell is this?
All right, get him out of here. He's making my head hurt.
Get him out of here. What the hell, David?
Wait, dude. He's talking about losing the election.
Ben told you to use it. It's trash. I hear what you're talking about, but. This is what I'm saying. This is where we give him a little bit too much, and then he's gonna take the little tool and blow. Who are you blowing? That is not even the horn, because you know it'd be a horn. That's the only one that God listens to. I feel like, but no. What do you have?
Was he doing the shofar?
It's just no. These are people we gave them. That whatever that girl's name is that was like meet me outside. How about that? We're not gonna do that with this pastor. We're not gonna make him famous, because that's why he made another video, because we dragged his ass. Okay, that's definitely why. And now he's gonna keep making the videos. Did you see his guns? What's happening? It's a joke. Yes, David. We understand. We said it's not you, David. We said it's not you, David. We got you. We heard it.
We already know today. We said it earlier. Today is Ben's day.
You are not going to run away from this one, David. You presented that to me, and I said, okay, this. Well, I can't say on air what I said, but I said, well, this white man is crazy. So let's put him on. But yeah, no. They got some crazy religion over there. That's all I can say about that.
Mm-hmm.
They Jesus to get them killed.
We got Chuck over here just chilling.
Bring him up. Bring him to the stage.
Where's
the camera at? What camera at?
What's going on? What's going on, y'all?
Oh my God! For those of you who think gospel music,
oh, that's Chuck. Chuck, wait a minute, man.
That's you. What's going on?
You sounding like you over there in paradise. I hear birds.
Hey, now see what happened last time. You called me. It was late at night. It was your birthday. It was a Friday night. So I had a couple, frosty refreshments.
Yeah.
Is this a damn what's his name? I feel like we're about to end. This is the intro to a movie by what's his name from New York that making all them damn movies?
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. This is a Spike Lee joint right now.
Is this a Spike Lee joint, Rebecca?
Yeah.
I love it.
She got
a Spike Lee joint.
She got her blushing.
I'm definitely not. New York accents don't do what they used to do to me. New York accents don't do what they used to do to me at all. But sound fine.
Nah, but hold on.
Look at it.
I get that a lot, but this is not a New York accent. I'm from DC.
Oh, now I hear that.
Ooh,
look,
right.
Dwayne. I'm feeling like a little bit of Dwayne in there. Now you're giving me a little Dwayne, and I don't like you.
Oh, come on. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
I'm kidding.
What's up with y'all, though? What's going
on?
Nothing,
man. Hey, nothing but the rent, man. You know how it is, bro. We just out here about to get done for the day. I'm sorry. I really went pumping though real quick. Listen, man, we just wanted to give you a shout out because we wanted you to come on here and let the people hear your voice, because you're gonna be the stage man for whenever we come to whatever city.
Chuck, tell us something good today. Tell us something good, like just anything.
Okay. It's 2021. We're in a space where we don't have to code switch, no matter the weather, no matter who's on there as a guest. You know what I mean? This is a safe space for all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's time for us to celebrate where we are, what we've gone through.
Yeah.
And the things that we still have to conquer in the future. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's love, man.
Thank you, Chuck. See, you spoke to my soul. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Pleasure.
We appreciate that, bro. I was trying to have you come on and get us hype. You gave us a moment of zen.
No, I needed that.
Got the lawnmower in the background. No, I can honestly picture it, bro. You got a beautiful sunshiny day, somebody cutting the grass. You got the smell of grass and the birds chirping in the background. I'm trying to be where you are, brother.
Hey, look, I had my herbal essence this morning. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm real laid back in my style right now. So that's where I'm at, brother Ben. And it was an honor to call in. You know what I'm saying? To reach out to the people to hear y'all and, connected with you all on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, man,
it's always a beautiful thing.
Bro. Honor is
our
ours.
police,
Chuck
our
Diesel.
security guard, and and then the hype man at the patron parties. And not only is he that, he actually just gave us some, insight, just now. And I absolutely love it. We have a lot of people like you in the comment section, but you are a moderator. You're the guy that everybody knows.
You're the bouncer.
Absolutely. You already know what time it is. I'm keeping this our space trophy. They already know it's I play no games with them. I moderate a lot of rooms, but this one right here is something special to me. So, I got to make sure that it's a space where, we're not going to be dealing with no nonsense from, none of these jokers. I don't have the patience for it,
Chuck,
bro.
Let me say, bro, listen, one thing I learned about this life is wherever you go, you got to make sure you have somebody with you in case it go down. Chuck Diesel, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals. He's a person we take with us in case something goes down.
Always.
Peace, fam.
Thanks, Chuck.
Hey, thanks, man.
Shout out Chuck Diesel, y'all.
Chuck, man, I haven't. You know what? Like the last few minutes of each show, we should have one of y'all, one of our little bald-headed patrons. I love you guys. When I call y'all little bald-headed or whatever, I mean I love y'all. But we should have one of our, bald-headed little family members pull up and just give us some love. I mean, we were doing that before, but I know with our platform changing right now for the time being, it's been a little tough. But and you have to call them with something good to say. You gotta, usually I leave y'all with something good, some good love, but it will be good for the moment to have some words of the wise from you guys. And Chuck, thank you so much for that. Now I can picture, without seeing what you look like, because I don't, but your voice now, I can see you literally clearing the room on Diesel. Like I can really see you clearing the room in our chat space. Because
y'all know I'm a little dude. So, and James, you ain't much bigger than me, so we need some security. We need Chuck Diesel. We need Chuck Diesel in the room.
Yeah.
And
Chuck could be 5 feet tall. 5 foot tall. As much as y'all talking, Chuck could be 5 foot tall, but with that confidence in his damn voice, that makes you feel.
That's even worse. I ain't gonna. You think I'm gonna run up on somebody shorter than me and they actually want to fight? That's like wearing That's like wearing black Air Force Ones. You don't come on, man. You don't care about his life, bro.
Ben is a big little dude.
Bubba, nobody told you to start playing the music. Look, is this the Grammys? Because Bubba got the music playing right now while people talking. No, it's not playing. It's not playing. It's the fact that you popped it up, saying, "Guys, it's time."
I didn't do that.
I'm about to say Rebecca because I don't hear nothing. I thought something was wrong with my ears.
I don't control nothing. But all I do is spin records.
Blue.
Rebecca, you on mute, girl.
Spin. Wait.
Rebecca, I'm about to say she was saying something.
Was I saying something the whole time? Because I don't know. Like I didn't even know I put myself on mute. But I was just saying it to say I got to get out of here actually. So I thought that you were looking out for us. But I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. It is 10:34. I had a good time with you guys. I'll be here tomorrow morning at 8:30. And I enjoyed today's conversation. I enjoyed today's chill time. I needed that. So I'm off to work, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. It is Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Play some Anita Baker for me today. Don't stream it though. It has to be already saved because if y'all purchasing it, that means that you're doing her a disservice.
That's right.
Because, she wants her masters right now. So I love you guys. Amina, hope you have a great day. Ben, Bubba, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Love y'all. Shout out to y'all again. Shout out to brother Chuck Diesel for coming through. We appreciate y'all. Of course, make sure if you have not already that you hit that Patreon link. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot. Y'all, hey, gonna give you a few seconds because it's Thursday and it's time to go to work, unfortunately. So you can give us free. Go to patreon.com/likeItOrNot. Patreon.com/likeItOrNot, y'all. We will see y'all in the morning. And yes, David, you was reckless. Love y'all, mean it. See y'all tomorrow. Deuces. Shut up. It's for you, brother.